Mhm. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fantastic Funnels. And today I'm going to show you how we can optimize our website for all the devices inside GrooveFunnels. So I was working on a project today and I got a call from my client that he had created a landing page. It looks good on the computer screen, but for the other devices, it's not good. So he asked me to optimize it for the other devices. So I thought like, why not let's go ahead and create a small video on this, which will be work as a tutorial for everyone. So that if you are making the same mistake, then after watching this video, you are not going to make the same mistake again. I'm going to share my screen quickly and show you that how it will gonna work. All right, so hope you guys can see my screen now. Now, this is the website inside the GrooveFunnel one of my client has created for himself. And if you can see the live version of this particular page, looks pretty well, okay? It seems that there is no any problem on the website. And if you go to this particular website, it looks perfectly all right. From top to bottom, there is no any problem. But when you go to the other devices option, let me show you. When you go to the other devices option, like you see, when I try to go to the laptop device, the content is getting out of the frame. The same goes with the tablet device, and even like in the vertical tablet and in the mobile phone, it get worse. So if you go down in here, if you see, you see the content is getting out of the context and it is not well optimized. The user experience will definitely going to be very bad on this particular website if anyone is coming. So I took the permission from my client to create this video so that I can able to show you guys that how you can optimize your website and what are the problems causing this website. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. For this particular thing, you have to simply turn on this particular button so that whatever the changes you are making, it will going to be uh, taken place on all the devices at the same time, and it will going to be perfect for each of the devices. Yeah, we have to make a little bit of changes on each of the devices. We are going to look into this particular video. So now when you start moving your mouse, because I already know that what are the in and outs of this particular uh, application software. So I know that where are the mistakes. So my client, most of the time, my client uses the image format, image or PDF, sorry, a PNG version or JPEG to add as a frame, whether it is a text or other things. So if you can see in here, this particular hero section where it says maximize your impact, master webinar success, with our exclusive done for you production services. So this is not actually a text. It is an image added in the background. Okay. And if you can see here, you cannot like copy this particular part. So this entirely an image. This particular part is entirely an image part added to the background. Okay. Added to the background in here. And that is the reason like when we try to see to the other devices, it when we try to see, just give me a sec. When we try to see the other devices, it gets out of the frame and it is not well optimized. Okay, but we are going to work on it and we will be making it optimized for other devices as well. In the same way, if you can see to the top like top header, put our team to team of webinar experts to work for you. If you go to the phone device, it looks quite better. Okay, but on the vertical tablet device, it is getting out of frame. At the same time, if you go down on the computer device and try to see this particular um, option, like pointer options, okay? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 options, and they looks perfectly all right. There is no any problem. But at the same time, when you go to the vertical tablet device, okay, you see that it is getting out of frame and does not looks good. Okay, so this is a problem of the optimization. And at the same thing happens with the phone device. So what we are going to do to make this look perfect on all the other devices. So in order to do these particular things, we need to check each of the element and the columns one by one to see that where are the negative margins or where are the excess margins are used. This is just a problem. These are just the problem of negative margins or the excess margin inside the spacing and the size option. These are the only two options where we are going to make some changes. Okay, the spacing option and the size option. And when I show you, you will see that my client is using lots of spacing options while creating his landing pages, and those uh, that particular spacing using the unconditional spacing is something that messing with the other devices. Let me go ahead and clear this all my drawing and close this. Now for this particular, you see that when I selected this particular element, which is a p tag element, okay, which is a p tag element, it says that if you see the frame is showing in here, the red box is a frame, but the content is getting out of frame. That is because of the spacing. Now, when I go ahead and click on the spacing option, you see the client has used a negative spacing of 45 point from both the sides. So this is what the problem is. So in order to make it perfect, I just have to select it from both the sides and make it to 0. Now, why my client did that? Because of this statement. Okay, my statement says, put our team of webinar experts to work for you. If you go here on the website, it comes to one particular line. Okay, and that is because he don't want that you to go down. He used that negative spacing, and because of that negative spacing, he got few of the words at the few of the words. Sorry, the U also gets into a particular line. Let me show you that. I'm just going to put a negative marking, and if I put here 45, you see that. What happened? I just gave the 41, and because of that negative marking, the U also gets into one particular line. But you don't have to do this. Okay, you just have to make it 0, and this is happening because my settings, my editing area is open right now. Okay, this editing area is open, and that is the reason I have a compact space area in here to do my work. Okay, if I go ahead and close this box, so this U will go here, but still now this U is not coming in one particular line because there is another additional marking. Let me show you. Margin. Now, this is what my p tag is done. After the p tag, if I move to the top, okay, now I'm on the container. Right now, I'm on the container level. You see, again on the container level, my margins are going out of the frame. So if I go to the space and if I see in here, he has given 48, 48, which is not needed. I'm going to remove it, and maybe like we can give a very small margin there, something like maybe 20 from the top, or like from the bottom, maybe 10, like this, or maybe 20. Sorry, that's 200. Now, when I go again to the next level, to the block level, on the block level, you will see that again there is a minus 24 margin. So you have to delete this one. Now you see that my block is stacked. That the element or the content is not getting out of the box. As well as I'm also going to look for the sizing option. Okay, whatever the sizing options I have in here, I have to take care of those part as well. So in the sizing option, I can see for this particular text element, my sizing options are okay. Now here, the maximum width, he had used 960. If I go ahead and make it parent default, my content will get into one single line. You see this. And if I go ahead and use the static even, so the default static count is 1024, but my client used somewhere around 960, and that is the reason this U went down from and made another line. That is the reason that problem happened. Now, what happens when I go ahead either make it parent default or either make it static to 1024? Doesn't make any changes. So let's make it parent default and see, look for the other devices if this problem get resolved or not. So now here you see on the laptop device, now it seems that the U is getting down. So what we have to do, we simply either go ahead and make a size change of the text because of the computer device and the laptop screen sometimes they are very small. So that is the reason this particular website has to be optimized in a way that it should look good on the laptop screen as well. So make sure that if you are making any particular changes to a particular device only, this button should be turned off. Okay, this should be turned off like I did right now. If I'm not going to make it turn off, and directly I'm going to make the changes on any of the devices in here from this particular list. If any one of these devices, the changes will going to take place on all the devices at the same time. So make sure that while doing these particular changes, you are not going to, you have to turn this off. Okay, right now it is on, now it is off. Now, if I am changing in here, let's say like I'm giving it 30 or maybe 35, okay? So it goes in one particular line, I'll save it. And when I go to the desktop device, okay, still my font size is 40 in here. And for this particular device, you can see it is 35. So it is perfect. Now, let's move to the other device, which is horizontal tablet. And on the horizontal tablet, it seems that it looks good, that it is making two, the content is, the statement is going into the two lines. Okay. So I think it is good, but we can still make it like a little bit more, like we can have this two, we can have this two to get down in here into this particular line, but that's not the big problem. Okay. Now here seems to be good. And if you go to the mobile device, it seems to be good, but I think like it is the font size is quite bigger. So let's make it a smaller, little bit smaller. And now if you do this, it seems like 28 or 30 will be the good one. So 30 is going into 3 lines, but I would suggest to have it in the 2 lines. Just 28 will work. All right. Now, so you see that how we just optimized our header statement in here. Now, I just turned on the button, getting back to the all the devices option. I just turned it on. Now, the second part to optimize my background image, which my client has used, the content, the text and this particular images might be he has created in the Canva, and he has directly used it as a background so that it can look like this in here on the website. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to directly choose the block level because I don't have any element in this particular block. I just have a background image and I don't have any particular element in here. I'm going to the background, sorry, not on the background, and I'm going to the spacing option. And you see that the spacing which is given in here, it is 241 by 241. So let's see what happens if I turn this off, okay, or make it 0. So I think we do not need 241, but we need 100 or 150. Okay, let's see. And let's see the spacing. So the size, height, you see that relative to parent, either you can do it auto, and the height is, there is no any problem with the height. So what I did, I only made the changes with the spacing. Instead of 210 or 240, I made it 150. Now let's go to the other devices and see whether if it makes any changes or not. So I'm going in here, and here we need to make it a little bit more smaller. So I just turned, you see, just I turned off the button for the laptop device. Now I'm going to make it a little bit, give it a little bit more, be 100, up to 100. Yeah, up to 100, it will work. Then again, I'm going to horizontal device. And now for this, I'm also going to make it even smaller, up to 70 works. That for the tablet, like for the vertical one, I'm going to make it way more smaller, up to 28 or 30 will work. And for the phone device, I make it 0 or maybe 10, not more than 10. All right. So up to 10, or I think like 10 or 8 will work, I guess. Yeah. So now this will work. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save this part in here. And you see that now on all the screen, it looks good, right? Getting into the frame. In the same way, you have to go ahead and check uh, all of your blocks one by one. Now you see that the spacing is very big. From bottom and from the top, the spacing is very big, 96 given, so it doesn't look ideal. I always suggest to go with the 40 so that the gap should not be that much big. We had not used any additional margin for this statement. And for this paragraph statement as well, it seems to be good. For the video, if you go to the website and if you see the video in here, looks perfect on the laptop screen. So you have to make sure that this video should look good on the other devices as well. So let's go ahead and see that on the laptop device, it covers the entire screen. So I'm going to select the video container. And I think like the video container, okay, the container is, there is only one container used for paragraph and the video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a video a little bit smaller for the other devices so that it looks good. So I simply go to the size option, and for the width, I will choose the relative to parent, and I will make it a little bit smaller. So when I choose the relative to parent, okay, I can make it smaller from all the sides in one particular go. So you see this. So I think this size like 60, 65, 70 looks good in here. I will make it, I'll leave it as it is. At the same time, let's look for the horizontal device. And again, I will make the change with it. And I think like this time, I will have it on 80. I'll go to the vertical tablet device. For the vertical tablet device, if you think like, if it feels the entire screen looks good because you hold the tablet vertically in your hand. So the full screen looks very good in there, but still you can make a little bit change in that and make it to the 90% so that you will have some edges from all the ends. And when you go to the mobile device, it looks perfect on the mobile device with 100% of the parent relative to parent option. So we don't have to make any certain changes in here. Now you see up to in here, it is well optimized now. We don't have to do anything. Again, go to the computer device. All right. And let's move to the next section, which is this one. And I guess this one is also, and here also he has used the entire image section. Okay, this is not the text area. This is just an image. You can see in here to the right hand side, I'm highlighting this is an image element, or at the bottom also you can see this is an image element only used in the background or maybe on the container. Yeah, on the container level, he has used used this image. Now let me see that if he had made any kind of marginal error or the sizing error. So I think the percentage, yeah, maximum width he has used for the 100% to fill up the entire block. That is the reason he has used this one. But we have to see that if this option is making any kind of problem to the other devices, we just have to check this out. And if it looks good, we are going to leave it as it is. Okay. So there is no any marginal error. You can see that this looks good with all the devices. We will move to the other section. Okay. And we just have to select each one of the element to see that if there is any kind of marginal error. So how you will know that whether there is a marginal error or not? If there is any kind of marginal error, whenever you will select any element, you will see this pink border or the red border around the element. Okay. And the entire element will be filling inside that particular red or pink box. So in the same way, like if you can see that this particular header looks good, this content, this statement looks good, then this particular header looks good, but this content, the paragraph content doesn't looks good because the container ends up here, but the element goes out of the frame. And because of this particular marginal error, okay, the elements is getting out of the frame on all the devices, even on some of the devices, it is not visible. So we have to fix this now in here. In order to fix this up, make sure that you are this button should be turned on so that while making the changes on the main device, on the computer device, the changes will going to take place on all the other devices. Okay, so just going in here, and one by one, I'll select each of the paragraph tag, go to the spacing, and you see that from the right hand side, he has used -160. Just we have to remove it, okay, like this, and see with the sizing if he has made any changes in here. No, there is no any problem. So all right. Now on the stylable element, I think there is some maybe issue. Yeah. On the stylable element, so my client wanted this particular statement should fill the this white screen. So in order to do that, what he did, he used the width to the -1. So which is really not going to work for him. What I'm going to do related to parent, either you can do auto, either you can do parent default, or either you can do related to parent. Now what he was just trying to do that this particular box. Now you see that when I did auto, we get a box to the full screen mode. Okay, so how we can get out of this? We just have to select this, and we can go to the size option. Okay, we can go to the size option. Under the size option, the maximum width, we can try making changes with the maximum width. But before that, let me show you that after making these changes, what happened to the other devices. We are going to see the first block. And now you see that it doesn't look good there. Now on here, it looks good on the vertical and the mobile device. Okay, you see that now it is at it intact to the place. So let's go to the phone main device. And what I'm going to do in here, I will select the stylable element, go to the size option, and will make some changes with the maximum width. And I will choose the static. And let's see that what happened when I choose the static option. You see that? Now when I choose the static option, it get into the frame. Okay, looks a little bit good, but still this content is uh, the content is like not filling out, not filling up uh, the entire screen. So we have to see that what's the problem there. Uh, let me make this. All right, fixed width won't work. Auto spacing. There is many spacing option. Sizing is good. Yeah, here I think auto width auto. No, it doesn't work. Static. It's not working. So it might be a bug because it should be like it should be a full screen option. So I'll work on it. Let me first optimize all of these. Now here 201. That is the reason this problem is happening. Size, let's select the container, see that if there is any problem for parent default. Okay. Mm, static. So this video will going to be a little long, but please be patient because this will definitely going to help you out to stop making this mistake from the next time to your static. These are the minor errors like which takes a lot of time to fix. Like while creating the page, he might have not thought about these things. But what happened, like because of this, it takes a lot of time to like check with each one of the applications and fix them. So here he has not given any information. All right, so now let's go ahead and check for each of these particular elements into the other devices. So you see now, all of them are getting into the frame. Exactly. Now here, again, the another image, and you see that it's getting out of the frame. So we are going to fix this up. And you see that the other things look good. So let's go ahead and devices. All right, looks good in here. Now on the mobile device, what change you have to make in here that just go to the mobile device, turn off the button, which can make the changes to all the devices. And this statement should be centered. Okay, it looks good. And if you want to make it smaller in size, like maybe uh, 18 or maybe 52. All right. So it looks filled completely the same way. We have to do it for each one of them. Mhm. I hope that you are not going to make this mistake from next time onward while creating your website. Saved it. Look at to the other devices as well. Okay, now here you see that it doesn't look good. Okay, so we have to work around it. How we can do that? I think there is some spacing problem, maybe some sizing issue. We have to look into. Which week will work. Maybe anything with layout and then block will work. See here. Mm, There's a problem with the margin still in here. All right, this is the problem. You can see when I look for the container level in here, they have the static for the container level. I think multiple list container is good. But for the container level, if you go to the size in here, you see that it has made static 1200 for desktop device. And if I select it again, now it is going down in here. And on the block level, again, there is a, now on the block level, think here, it's static. This should work. Doesn't make any changes. Current default. And on the phone device, nothing wrong. So we'll leave it as it is. Sometimes what happens with Groove, like I really want to make some changes in here, but these are something a bug inside the Groove. Okay, that whatever you try to do, it doesn't work there. You see that what happened? Getting out of the frame. If you choose the percentage, it means it goes to the default one. So it happens when you are like working on it, and while once you save, once you publish your site, and after that, if you are going to redo the things, okay, it won't work in here. So this is also a bug inside the system. Now I have stopped reporting the bugs because no one listen or no one take care of it. All right, now here the image, let's work for it. Go ahead and see the size problem, percentage, static, default, right? Default. I think it's an H1 tag. All right, and multiple places the client has used the H1 tag everywhere. It should be a paragraph tag. So how you can like change it to the paragraph tag? Let me tell you first. Let me manage this margin, and in here goes to 0. Then Let's go to the size. I think no size. You have to check for each of the levels. Okay, there are multiple levels like element, container, then block, list container. So you have to look for each of the options everywhere and see that where is the problem. Size, go down, static. All right, now it's look good. Now for the block level, he has some minus margins. Now this minus 80, I don't think that it is needed because he has used two blocks in here. In the bottom, we can give 40. So that looks good in the frame. Here we go. For the order button, I guess like everything looks good. Yep. So again, another image section. Let's see if we have anything to change in here. Instead of percentage, we will use static parent default. Looks good. And then again, the image section, use lots of images. Wow. There must be some negative margin with the image. Let's see. Okay, so this is also an image. All right, lots of image. My God, he created his entire website with the images only. All right. Again, H1 tag, as I said. All right, so there is no problem, I guess. Mhm. All right. Now let's talk about the H1 tag. H1 tag should be at only one place. So let's see that how many times he has used paragraph tag. No problem. It should be the H1 tag, I guess, on the page. So in order to convert this to the H1 tag, I'll select it. I'll highlight it entirely. And from here, there is an option of normal. You can see when you select this, you will see heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6, and normal. Normal is a paragraph tag, and the other headings are the H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, and the normal is the paragraph tag. I'll select H1 for this one. Now it will become H1. Now still it shows paragraph, but just get rid of this, select this, and it will show H1 tag now. And go down. Again, there is another H2. Okay, it's H2 tag, good. Paragraph tag, no problem. Image, then here it is H1 tag, so it should be, let's make it H2 tag, and then paragraph, 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 H3 tag, great. So this is the default one. Then after that, I guess this is an image. This is a H1 tag he has used to just highlight this and go to the normal, and it will become paragraph tag. Then you see that now it become paragraph tag. So this is image, this is image, image, image. Here it is. It is also image. This one, I guess this is also the H1 tag he has used. Or so let's make it paragraph tag, right? See that there is another word. Okay, that should be H3. This image, image, paragraph. This is an entirely an image. Wow. So lots of images there. All right. Now the changes are done everywhere. I guess it looks good on the other devices. Let's see it. Okay, here I missed it. So I need to move it one more time. This one. There it is. Because the button was turned off and I made lots of changes while having it turned off. Looking here, so you just have to make the text sizing so it looks well optimized on the frame. Same goes with the so now wait, so, yeah. So now I'm going to ask my client that start use less images because it's definitely going to slow down the website speed. So my motive is not to change the content on the website because he has already done the work. So he want to use it as it is. I'll definitely going to let him know that this will going to slow down the website. Now I'm publishing this page, just this page, and let's see that how it looks on the uh, other devices. I have my phone next to me. I'm just going to reload this. And looks good. It was already looking good on the website screen, but on the desktop screen. But let's see on the phone. And I'm just going to refresh it on the phone. All right. Well, yep, it looks good. But there is a slight. There are some small problems with the phone still, the optimization problem. So I'm just going to fix it. So make sure that while optimizing the website, okay, you will be taking care of this marginal error. Don't try to give any marginal error. Like you see that still like when I gave this block the spacing of 150, which is not enough. Okay, it's still like it is going inside the frame. So I have to make it a little bit bigger, like somewhere around 200. And I think now 200 will work on that frame. All right, so I'm just going to stop the video in here because it's too long, and I hope you have watched the full video. which definitely helps you to optimize your website, which is for all the other devices. And if you have any questions regarding the optimization, please do ask in the comment section, and do like the video if you like it. Share it with the other group users uh, who are struggling with the optimization problem, and do subscribe to the channel and support us. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. See you soon with a new video. Bye bye.